Welcome to Graeme Games. My name is Graeme. This is the game. Today I'm playing the demo for Lured In. This is a incremental fishing and aquarium management game. A very fun kind of combination of styles. Very casual, very relaxed. Just get to kick back, catch some fish, and flesh out your own dream aquarium. Kind of like a Tycoon sort of situation, but balancing that with like the incremental pace of things. I am playing the public demo. You can hop on over and play it out for yourself. We would love if you did. We would love the feedback, so make sure to check that out. There'll be a link down below. Grandpa. Hey there, kiddo. I'm glad you're taking the reins on my aquarium. Your grandma needs help with baking anyway. I've let this place run down a bit, but now's your chance to renovate it and create a thriving business. Travel to the pond to catch some fish, and I'll meet back here with you. I read that totally out of order. Travel for free. So I don't think the location of your casting matters. You just do have to cast. The whole thing is like relatively relaxed pace. I'm pretty accustomed to like motor mouthing over top of videos and just providing updates to like everything I'm doing. So fishing has many different mini games to progress through. Ooh, really, I feel like 2 seconds is a pretty decent amount of time. I definitely had time to spare there, but there's a bit of a feeling of like, oh my goodness, I narrowly made it there. But I think it's a thing the game does well, is that the mini games themselves are pretty simple, and a lot of them are quite familiar to like other styles of fishing mini games you've seen. Like this one's very Stardew Valley. I don't know the origins of all the many different types of fishing games, so I'm not going to be able to speak to that. But I think it's a fun thing this game does, to be able to offer that variety. And so even though the game is semi-idle, semi-incremental, like pretty casual, it has these like semi-active components with that. So our net is full and it's based on weight. You can see those then get dumped into our inventory. Great work. Go ahead and sell some of your new fish from your inventory. So we have to get money, so we can't do anything else. So we have some of that, so we sell that all off. Then we can buy our first tank. Move a fish from your inventory into a tank and watch the cash flow in. If you don't have any more, go catch more from the pond. So free travel out to the pond, immediately go get that. Oh, 2 times bite rate. Okay. So there's something, it feels kind of funny that like the perfect cast of your rod ends up on the edge of the pond. Like there's very little fish that hang out on the shallow edges, Some of them do to go get food and whatnot. It makes sense to have it be beneficial to your like catch rate. It's just kind of funny visually where it ends up. Okay, but now I know I have more influence. So how does this one work? I don't know if I've seen this one. Sink your hook. Click when the hook crosses over the fish icon. Oh, okay, I have seen this one. 8 seconds is pretty generous. Should be fine. I feel like there could be more of an effect. The first one I passed over, it was obvious that I did it, but it was like quite quick and not a lot of emphasis. It kind of just like toggled, and like maybe that little coin could get flipped off the bar or something like that, or like fly over something to make it feel a little bit more like it was triggered. I don't know what it would look like if you failed, so I guess that's part of what I'm thinking ahead on. So I want to keep all of that. Move a fish. Yeah, it was the same reminder. You guys all have a weight of 1. So drop you all in there. And then if we want, we can go inspect our tank, check on all of our fish here, generating $1 per minute each. You can see you can upgrade the tank, decorate the tank, play around with the substrate and the background. Freshwater, saltwater, I don't need any of that right now. But right now, basic guys doing their thing. Cash per customer, cash per minute. I think our only customer right now is our grandpa. Great work, kiddo. I know you'll take good care of the place. That's all from me for now. Good luck, and I'll be watching the fish swim from time to time. Very simple tutorial, about as simple as it could get. You know what? I'm gonna make a little bit more of a custom guy here. What do I want? The buzz cut simple. I'll keep the bed head. That's fine. My own hair is a little bit more brown, so maybe I'll go with something that feels closer to my own. Okay, I think that is the basic brown color. Pants, shorts. Ooh, I do love shorts. Some fun, like purple shorts, maybe? T-shirt, chef. Button up. Oh, the sleeves are separate. I see. T-shirt, button up, maybe? We want to look fancy for our oh, but then sleeveless. A sleeveless button up. That's the look. That's the, and I got some Hulk shorts on. Yeah. How pale can I make this guy? Yeah, I gotta be pretty pale, I think. But then we'll tie the look together with some fun shoes. I was hoping there'd be like more colors. Maybe there are. No. There's a very strange random selection of shoes. It would be nice to have like a color picker sort of situation. Get some white sneaks going on. There we go. That's the sleeveless button up. That's the sort of vibe I want people to feel when they come into my shop. That's just very befitting of what I'm all about. So the fish that I have in the tank, sure, you know, $1 per minute or whatever the pace is, but that's not going to amount to much because nobody knows about my shop. So yeah, let me see this one in action again. Yeah, it kind of is like a bit of a sudden reset, you know, so I feel like there could be more done with that one. I didn't get the double catch rate. But that first fish I caught does have a weight of 2, so it's occupying that tiny bit more in my keep net. Circle tap. Right. This is another pretty simple. Well, they're all pretty simple. But you got to get the overlap, and then it goes faster with each subsequent click. And return to the shop. Because what do I want to do this time? I want marketing. Yeah, so basic advertising, increase number of customers. So you'll start seeing more people coming in just from having that. And I could push even further on that. You are worth 2 a minute. Let me sell that one and buy yet more advertising. So 3 customers, and you'll go into this tank, which I think now maxes out that tank. It does. My cash per minute is now up to 15. So I would say that's like pretty decent advancement. Maxed out 1 tank very quickly. Got a couple ads out there so people know that they can come to my wonderful shop where they can look at 1 tank that contains 4 fish. 4 fish that got picked out of the local pond. What a wonderful size aquarium. Fun for the whole family. Buy the annual pass. You're going to want to come back many, many times, and you're not going to want to feel limited by only buying our great deal of a 10-pack of tickets. No. You're going to come, you're going to live here. You're going to set up camp outside. You'll never leave. It's that fun. Anyway, I think in that case, sell. And now I can do research. There's the tip jar. Oh, increases your offerings earning cap to 30 minutes. Interesting. So you can switch the game to being more idle through that. But we want the research. And since we can afford it, we'll also buy a researcher, which now adds research per minute. Totally new thing that we're working towards, which starts adding all sorts of additional upgrades. This one is only 5. 10, 50, 200, 100. So it's going to be a minute. Not a ton of time, like literally like a minute before I can afford any of that. The 5 one is pretty readily in sight. I wonder if while you're fishing and you hit the price threshold of buying something, if the game should alert you, hey, you can go buy a new research thing. But like, I don't know. It would end up alerting you, I think, quite frequently, depending on the pace at which you're like earning money and stuff. So, oh, I missed. By so little. But that's like the first time I've a couple hours of playtesting that I've done on this game, and now here, that's the first time I've missed. Yeah, but I can see constant notifications being more distracting than anything. It's not like you're against the clock or in any major rush. You know, I'm curious if I were to catch a fish with 2 weight. Is the game designed that would just never happen? I'll only ever catch a one-weight fish in the scenario? Or will it ask me to throw back a fish? So return. It's full. Yeah, it's just full as is, right? Yeah, they'll only weight of 1, of course. So, can I buy another tank yet? No. More research per minute, more advertising. I can buy... I'm going to buy the advertising first. And maybe I buy the researcher, but next I'm going to go over to here. So equipment unlocks upgrades to your fishing equipment or unlock upgrades to make the most out of your customers. Let's start there. Let's characters leave donations. I don't think we're there yet. But I think we've expanded this. And I don't think the game does a very good job of, like, when you buy that, signifying that the thing you bought is now in the shop. You kind of just make that purchase and you have to go find it. And I don't know how to necessarily transition that, but increase earnings from each customer by 25%. That could scale pretty quickly. Spend an extra $20 to have more research coming in, because that'll ramp up in a very useful way. Unlock more equipment options. There's Ascension option and pots to collect bottom-dwelling critters. But first things first, we unlocked equipment. Improve bait, makes fish bite your hook 10% more often, and increase the weight limit. I want the weight limit increase. But you know what? I think I'm just gonna enjoy a nice little sip of water here while I earn enough money for improved bait. And then, the research. Oh yeah, the research. There is no level. It's just it's 1. It's all or nothing, and not worth sitting around for anything else. Let's go back for fishing. I think the devs did such a fantastic job with the music on this. There's a nice variety of tracks. It cycles through them quite readily. I like that it does, I don't know, like a music channel style pop in of, like, it makes me think of watching like Much Music growing up. Pop up in the corner, let you know what the new song is that's playing. I just think that's like generally nice. If there isn't, there should probably be like a way to manage songs, like to quick skip a song you're not that into, or to go fiddle with a playlist and like remove songs that for any reason you might not like as much. I could see there being kind of useful things in the player's control for that, but I like the music. I like all the variety there is. I'm not going to go turning any tunes off. Oh, way overshot. Come on, lock it down. Get your head in the game here, man. So many one-weight catches. So many minnows. Silly little guys. Why aren't I catching any, like, whales? Oh, I should have taken that first opportunity. Oh, I was so close to the edge there. I was nervous about the time. That's the one I'm the worst at, apparently. Another tank is $100. I think that would scale, though. I think I kind of want to be building towards that. Oh, I had a bunch of that stuff I didn't sell last time. Not in the place for some research right now. I will throw down advertising, and yeah, I have to go fish again anyways in order to sell enough to, like, I wasn't going to afford another tank anyways, so I always had to go fishing more, so I might as well increase the amount of income I'm earning passively while I go do that. I really like how that song starts. Crosswinds? Is Crosswinds a standout favorite track all of a sudden? Now, I don't know how many people will know the game, but if you're curious, these are the same developers who did Starground and are still doing Starground. That is an early access game. It's still receiving content updates, still being polished. But you know, this incremental trend is all the rage these days. These devs had a cool idea for their own mark they could leave on that genre. Kind of play around there's a lot of fishing incrementals. There's a lot of idle fishing games out there. That's not unheard of. But having this kind of Aquarium Tycoon angle on it, I think is quite unique. And so, that idea was exciting. The whole entire plan was to not spend that long in the development cycle, so just kind of moved quickly on things and get it out there. So I don't know the scale. It's been in development a scale of like months. A public demo's out now. Release is coming this summer. The entire point is to be moving quickly on it. So I will move them all to the tanks. Now my cash per minute is up to 60. Ooh, and that wasn't even everything. Nice. Oh wait, that was like quite a jump in my mind. I think that was pretty solid progress. One more customer, maybe? Nah, I'll buy the bait. I just kind of want to buy what's affordable. The weather station lets you see the weather before traveling. And then that gives access to the Fishpedia, lets you view every fish species and their stats from your inventory. While I was reading that, I didn't quite cross over, but I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait for the advertising, because now I might as well get one more person in. I love the variety of the visitors who are coming. I'm pretty sure they're using the same customization options that you end up using on yourself. So you could realistically end up with a doppelganger who walks in. That could be pretty funny. Maybe that's an achievement. You would never have any control over that, though, so I feel like that would not... People would hate that. I think the weather affects like what fish you can find or whatnot. I bought it and then immediately forgot to do anything with access to that information. I'll try to remember to check on it the next time. I want like upgraded fishing rods and things. I want all that stuff to start scaling up. This is a demo. And I'm I forgot to keep clicking on the other side, holding on the other side. This demo easily offers like hours of content, because it's pretty purposely like a slow process, nice and cozy, nice and chill. But the full game is going to be like, I don't know, dozens of hours long, 100 hours long. There's not really a set time in mind. I know the devs have a lot of ideas on how to expand. Oh, come on. All that just for a goldfish? I wonder if you can find, like, shinies the way you would find, like, a shiny Pokemon or what have you. Or I think Stardew has, like, fish qualities. Ooh, a koi. That's fun. So I feel like depending on how well you catch the fish, how quickly, or like how little errors you make, you get a higher quality fish that's worth more, or it has a higher weight. But weight is so incremental. It's funny to say in an incremental game. It's like 1, 2, 3. It's not like 1.1, 1.4, 1.59 or anything like that. I'm not feeling koi, the snack that smiles back. Funny, rare. But you're still just freshwater. Ooh, but your passive is quite great. Your weight is still only just the 1, so in you go. You're nice and valuable. We want that. The next tank is 1,000. So like, I guess I'll buy another researcher. More. You could buy cobwebs. Pretty funny. Where do I want to be spending some of that money? Fishpedia we don't have access to yet. Like, do I just sell you for $12? I guess I do. I was thinking, like, do I hold on to them till I get my next tank? But that's so far away, I don't think it matters. 200 research for that. I just invested in that. I did. One more advertising, one more merchandise. Improved bait, improved keep net. Okay, I'm having more to spend around than I expected. Nice. Okay, I had a ton of money to spend. Things are scaling. Rainy increases bite chance. Okay, Rainy's good. We want Rainy. I don't know what fish like. They're not out here trying to get suntans. I feel like that would all have a really big effect on the temperature of the water. Like if it was sunny out, then the top of the water is going to be really warm. And I don't know different fish probably prefer different things, and then like the food that they eat probably prefer different things. So I don't know if the rain brings out a bunch of their food, and so they go after it, or like, I don't know enough about fishing. I think I only went fishing once in my life. I've done little like off the dock fishing things a few times, but like that was never done seriously. That was basically just standing out there and casting a rod and getting used to that, and like nothing was big enough to keep, and it was just goofing around basically with a buddy who lived on a lake. But I went with my dad and his friend like forever ago. I must have been 8 or something like that. And all I remember is that his buddy had this new boat that had one of those kind of like sonar things underneath it. So it kind of tries to tell you where the fish are. And that he was all jazzed up about his fancy new boat. And that I feel like my dad was kind of like, that's not really fishing. You're just taking the guesswork out of it. The best part about fishing is waiting out on the lake like all day and hoping you get lucky, not having a computer tell you where to go get the fish. But for me, I was too young and I didn't do any fishing. I just sat on the boat for like an 8-hour day while we floated around, and I had nothing to do. I think they sipped a couple beers and chatted about football or whatever, and hoped to, I don't remember catching anything that day. My parents had done things like going to big fishing trips where you like rent out a boat and they take you out to a good fishing spot and you bring home like a couple massive salmon and halibut and whatnot, and that was cool. I think I would do something like that. Okay, we're starting to get the chef arriving, which is an occasional event. I need some fish for my restaurant. How does this deal sound? 5 minnows. Okay, so there is a reason to start stashing some things. So maybe I'll try and stash some minnows. We'll see. I don't know how often I'm actually going to find those. I'm still so far away from getting the next tank. So I think I do just sell a bunch of that. And so I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna sell all that stuff, and then the minnow is not gonna end up being what he asks for next time. I don't know that, but that seems likely. We can unlock the lake. Hell yeah. And then there's the river, the ocean, the jungle, salt water. Cool. Glad to have the next tier of that. More customers, better advertising, and I guess none of that right now. Maybe in a minute. What's the next? All this stuff is up to like 1,000. Actually, maybe that would be a useful thing somewhere on here that just shows like the next one of these you'll be able to afford, and then show the icon and show the price, and then you could just really so quickly easily know that. I guess I'll buy the tip jar, even though I don't really plan to play offline. I guess naturally I will, because I probably will pick up and play the game kind of in different stretches. Oh, you have to pay to visit the lake. Well, I just pulled the amount of money necessary, so off to the lake we go. I feel like the keep net size is suddenly going to matter a lot. Like, I will probably earn back $100 before I fill anything. But the flip side of that is that, like, yeah, if I just have to turn around and spend that money again, like, if I just gonna end up losing out on all that. Maybe I need to start pulling some fish out of my tanks. If these are more valuable fish, then I probably do need to start making some swaps. And obviously that whole cast distance stuff that I was saying felt odd in the scale of the pond is very much a non-issue here. Thrown into a whole big lake. Oh, a tilapia. Okay, come on. Room for one more. One more 2-weight fish. Let's have it. Lay it on me. Hook me up with the best you got. I can handle it. I'm ready. And a carp. Okay. Those are like relatively high weight fish. Oh, you can increase the, oh, you can upgrade the tank capacity. How do I kind of review what's in this tank? Oh, I think I just have to click them all. I want to kind of pull up a list. I want to see everything so I can make some quick decisions on like which of you are high value and whatnot. So right now, I think the best thing I can think to do is return everything. Maybe this is silly, but I want to passive income, rank them by passive income. So you're 8 a minute, huge, in you go. You're 4 a minute, but you are my second highest, shockingly. And a koi can still fit in there, so we'll stick that. So there, that's all my highest value passive fish, all in there. Nice. That ramped up more than I was like expecting. You don't have very great like dollar per minute values anyways, so I'm not going to bother raising the tank to accommodate you, because you're just not that great. Sorry to tell you to your face like that. Sorry to break the news. Just not very good fish. 25% per customer, and this time I have 10 customers. So that is quite a jump, actually. Okay, the price jump was pretty huge there too. Now larger keep net. I think I improved bait. Might as well take it while I'm here. And I think I want to wait on the lake. I can just kind of mess around with these guys. There's not really like a great reason for it. And if you drop them somewhere other than like on the floor, then they just kind of respawn and they end up coming back through the door anyways. It's not like you're getting rid of them. But yeah, that was just a silly thing to do for 10 seconds while I earned the extra little bit of money I needed to go for a lake trip. I'm earning on a pretty good scale. The fish hasn't even bitten yet, and I'm already back up to the 100 I spent to get here. Not very many things in life that pay for themselves that quickly. A channel catfish. Oh, I overshot a tiny bit there. That's, I only am aware of one type of catfish that I've probably only ever eaten like once in my life. I think I had a crabfish po' boy. And the restaurant that did it also did a crab cake po' boy. And that was just notably better. Me and one other person got one of each. And I liked the crab cake, so I went back there a couple times after, and I got the crab cake one every time. But that's the only time I've had catfish, and it was in a city that is nowhere near where you can get catfish. So like, I was not having the legit stuff at all. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm not strongly opinionated on catfish as like a flavor or anything. I think it would be very fun to go noodling sometime, which I'm pretty sure is the name for how you fish for catfish. Like, I guess a channel catfish, yeah, maybe you can actually just catch it. But when you're noodling, you have to go down to these like muddy, swampy areas, find the holes that catfish live in, and like stick your arm or leg in it so the catfish like clamps on it so you can pull them out. It's insane. There's a video of Maddie Matheson and Brad Leone doing it, and it's comical. Dang, man. Oh, huge money too. Huge. Okay. I think that's quite profitable. It feels a little bad to let people eat these fish. I feel kind of mean doing that to them. But I don't know, that's pretty good profit for me. Okay, tilapia, you're coming out because I want to stick the catfish in there. They're also 9 a minute. So which of you, the koi and the carp, neither of them makes that much money. But again, upgrade. Next upgrade after that's not that far out of reach or anything. But there, that gives me a nice spread on all that. I've extra customer because I know it's going to scale like crazy here. Like the price of each, like the merchandise jumped up so much. I thought those would take higher jumps up than they just did. Larger keep net. And more research. I'm clearly not pulling research very quickly right now. The Fishpedia, maybe, sure, lets you feed your fish for bonuses. Let's do that. So you can go to here, you have, which maybe after you bought that, the first time you encounter it, maybe it should have a little star next to it or something to kind of draw your eye to it. I should also point out, you can do this, you can full screen your aquarium if you just want to chill and watch them swim around. You can like turn off the fish. It lets you know they're ready for a snack, and it's not ready for cleaning yet. There you go. 10% income boost for 5 minutes. So every 5 minutes you can come in here and give your tanks a little boost. I actually really like that. I think that's such a small little thing. And hopefully the game kind of has an indicator in some way to remind you, hey, it's time, that's available right now. Come check it out, sort of thing. I'm just kind of looking at all the different options of things. Fun selection of stuff. None of it that I'm going to actually bother investing in right now. Right now I'm going for a pretty plain Jane aquarium. I am more interested in buying an additional tank than I am buying like a snake plant to stick in the corner. I got snake plants at home. I don't think I really need to go out to the aquarium to see that. Yeah, the game having the very simple weight value. One thing that comes to mind here, it's very clean and simple for assigning how much space a fish takes up in your tank. And I guess for like the keep net. But the downside of that is you lose out on the very common fishing quality of like how big of a fish did you catch? What is the biggest record fish you caught? What's the biggest minnow you've caught? What's the biggest bluegill you've caught? And because they have set weights, you don't get that at all. Maybe you could have length. Maybe their weight and length could be different, and the length could be like your like I caught a fish this big sort of moment. It would be nice. It would be nice to find a way to make sure this game still has that quality to it, but I understand the convenience of handling the weight the way the game does. I'm half speaking to the developer here because there's a decent chance Jesse will end up watching this. So that's my little bit of feedback on that for you, I guess. I will buy an extra tank. I just barely happened to cross over to that point, so that's where I'm going. I don't have many high value fish. I will take that upgrade. Like, they're all just 450. It's not a lot, but I did max out the tank, and then that did open up a lot there. I didn't realize that pile of trash was over there. I don't know if that was always there or if it you guys are littering or something. I don't know when that came up. Extra marketing, I guess the equipment since I can afford it, and off to the lake. I feel like that building up to that tank was huge. That was something I've been trying to get to the whole time. I don't know, I guess like that feels like it oversells it a little bit. But look how quickly that's ramping up. That's good. 3 tanks is good. Each of those customers multiplying with the merch. They love merch, apparently. It's crazy how much merch these people are buying. They really love my rinky-dink little aquarium, don't they? I'm kind of admiring the water here. Because it's... obviously, there's directly drawn pixels. But then the game isn't, like, hand pixel animating every little ripple of the water, every bit of texture of the water. I think there's tiny little bits of like masking or whatever that is adding to the multiple colors that are coming in and out, and little bits of, maybe it's like a shader that's doing that. I don't know how shaders work. But that there's clearly also an element of it where there's just like a ripply topography thing happening that is like shifting it around in a way that looks like it gives it the nice flow and movement of water without actually needing to do complicated hand animations of any of that sort of stuff. So I think that was well handled. I think this game has a nice, efficient art style. Like, it's very attractive. The menus are polished. Things look good. It feels cohesive. But that's like a nice, smart opportunity to save a bit of effort. What are you going to ask for? What more do you want from me? The bluegill. This time, did he only ask for one? He only asked for one. He wanted so little that time. Of course you can have that. Okay, I have a bunch of 9 value things, so you guys are all cut. And now you can all enjoy that space instead. And now everything's back to 450 values again. Yeah, the Fishpedia. I might as well buy it. And merch upgrade, big jump, advertising. And now I'll go take a look at the Fishpedia. Oh, the grime. The grime is kicking in. I actually don't know when. I don't know how often that is. I don't know if that's isn't a thing until you start feeding them. Well, this one didn't have it yet, so I don't know when the grime kicks in. I don't think it really has negatives. I don't think you're losing out by letting it get grimy, but I don't entirely know that. Slow release pellets. Increase your feeding bonus time by 2 minutes. Vitamins. Increase your feeding bonus multiplier by 5. Oh wait, all that stuff is cool. Let's do that. So the next time I feed them, it'll be an extended bonus. Gotcha. Where's the Fishpedia? Oh, here it is. It's in inventory. So I just kind of want to look at some of the stuff we have here. Okay, so it's a bunch of set things. Set value, set cash per minute, weight, freshwater, the amount you've caught, the catch rate, and the locations, multiple locations for some of them, pond and lake, 3% catch rate. Is that 3% of the time I cast I end up catching them? Because I don't think, it's not like I've had enough opportunities to have, what am I trying to say, to have missed catching them 97% of the time. So it must not be that. Like 28 and 28 though, that's already 46, isn't it? And then oh my goodness, isn't that 84? And yeah, so the catch rates, I don't understand the catch rate when I look at it, honestly. Larger keep net, sure. Improved bait, why not? And I'll take the travel to the lake. I could have sat around 1 second longer and probably been able to buy one more thing, but at the rate I'm earning money, I feel like it's too easy to make that sort of decision. No, I'll just stay. I'll just stay 1 minute longer. I'll just read a tiny bit more of the Fishpedia. I'll buy one more thing. If I wait 1 more second, I'll buy one more thing. I'll just move on. I'll just go fishing. That's enough. I ran my business. I opened shop for like 7 minutes today. Notably less. I tried to pull a number out of thin air and I went too high. I've opened my shop for 1 minute 50 today. I'm pooped. I gotta go fishing. I need to relax. This is my me time. This is how I reconnect with nature and with myself. And I can't be doing that if I'm running my shop any more than 3 minutes per day. I'll burn out so quickly. This is the amount of work I want to see in my routine, my life. Me recording a video to upload to YouTube for 40 minutes is more work than this Nepo baby aquarium manager has ever done. Because YouTube's so hard. It's so exhausting. I mean, I don't mean to be dumping on everyone else. I'm in a privileged position where, like, I still enjoy doing it. I have fun doing it. It's not my primary income. So, like, if you are grinding, there was like a 2-year period in my life where I was doing YouTube full time, and yeah, it's an insane amount of work. It's exhausting. So I tease, I kid, but I'm aware it's hard as hell. It's so much work. Better advertising. I'm gonna spend the others on upgrading pellets and vitamins. I'm gonna do the same one over here, pellets and vitamins. What is my highest value fish I'm seeing on 10? Look, I have multiple 10s. What kind of rate, you guys? 10, 10, 10, 5 carp. You're not very good. You're not doing much for me, so pulling you. 10, 10, 10. 10, 5. You're cut. And 5, you're cut. Get a couple 10s in there, please. Didn't have enough, actually. Made me think of Ken, Barbie, just talking about 10s. Oh wait, how far off am I on research? Okay, most of these things are very expensive. 500. The river is the next thing I'm closest to. 500. I'm not expecting to hit it anytime soon. I don't even want to invest in it right now. I'll invest in these other money-making opportunities. Oh wait, they're all these things are going to be in need of feeding right away. You can be fed right now. Let me upgrade the multiplier. And I can afford to do that on, I think, each of them. So yeah. I'm going to do that. Nice. And like, maybe next time I do the pellet time, like if I buy it now, it's not going to extend it now in the second. So hold off on that for a moment. Everything is costing up on a scale of like 1,000 all of a sudden. That is ramping up like crazy. I think I'm waiting on either the improved bait or the marketing. Which do I think is better? Oh, I was like, it was going so fast. Why did it stall out on me? It's like, no, it's just, it crossed over to working in a scale of decimal places. And so, yeah, it just felt like it shifted dramatically on me there. Kind of cool, actually. I like, I don't know, I like how that's being shown. I like that it's, even when it's operating at a scale of like hundreds per second, basically, that it's still doing a pretty good job of like showing that and giving the feeling of like, yeah, you're earning a crap load. Northern pike, what a big boy. It really gets in the way of my cast though. I feel like it could just display it out here or something so that it's not overlapping with like me trying to look at my casting meter. Like there, it kind of overlaps a little bit, tiny bit of a distraction. But when the word is slightly longer, the fish is slightly bigger, it specifically masks the top, which I'm trying to aim for that extra catch rate. Let's see. I think, like, I plan to kind of do this as a series. I think it'll be fun to play it in like 1 hour chunks, work my way through things relatively slowly. Oh, miserable. I guess my head just wasn't really in the game there. I'm so casual, so easy. What a whiff. But I plan to make a series of videos, and so I might end up unlocking the river here soon, but I think I'll kind of just move. I'll save it for the next video, basically. Huge offer, but like not even close to the fish he needs for that. And I'm starting to wonder, like, how much should I really be holding some of those low-level fish? Sell times 10. Yeah, okay. That's interesting. I was curious. I was like, how can you sell big amounts of things quickly if that ends up kind of being needed at any point? And there's my answer. So I'm going to make this my northern pike tank. They get to hang out in there together and just be valuable. Good for you guys. Happy for you. Replace that carp with a sort of catfish situation. You know what? Rainbow trout. Now that's my catfish tank. I have dedicated tanks for different types of fish. Wasn't going for it, but there it is. I don't know if those are good co-minglers. I don't know if they want to be in a tank together. They don't get much say in the matter. 4 catfish in 1. Crazy. This is the catfish aquarium now. It's the #1 thing people come to see. So how far off am I from needing to feed them again? A ways. Far enough off to not feel I should invest in that again quite so soon. Better advertising, better bait. And I blew out the ability to... I was thinking I would do the researcher again now. 5. That's the one I'm waiting on still. And I feel like, yeah, if I invested in another researcher, sure, I'd get there sooner. But I'm really trying to maximize the lake here first. I'm finding fish a second ago that I hadn't even seen before. You know, I should check the Fishpedia, because I'm curious how well of a job it does of indicating like how much more you potentially have to find in a given location. Like, is the Fishpedia Pokedexy in the sense that it keeps track of like 1 through 150 and it specifically like it kind of did do that. But it was just, as far as I could tell, tracking the types of fish, what's available, what you found, not broken down by location. I don't know if that should be like a research thing to add to the Fishpedia. Like maybe the Fishpedia kind of sucks to begin with and you have to upgrade it further in that tech tree to like make it more valuable. So it makes me wonder if like I'm not visiting the research part of it too often, and the tech tree is such a big part of an incremental game. It kind of makes me wonder if there's other opportunities there. Like, yeah, you unlock the food, and right away the game is like, okay, you have this food, but you can also access these upgrades that are like the slow feeder and the multiplier bonus, however it called those things. And it makes me think there's potentially a way the game could be adding all that to the tech tree. So that you have more reason to buy research more often, or that maybe the research could be spread out a little bit more, because some of the earliest stuff I bought right away really quickly, and now I'm kind of sat around waiting for the river. But then this other stuff, 2,000 and 800 and 1,000, like all that stuff is quite a ways away from me still, and potentially the game could be incremented more for being an incremental game by branching further off some of those, because this is like a really small tech tree right now and it's not building out very crazily. So like the fact that the food offered multiple things, like just being able to feed it all could be an upgrade, and then accessing that stuff could be an upgrade. I saw that it was seconds away from being ready. Oh, we got to do a clean again. I imagine at some point you could have self-cleaning tank upgrades if that's not already in the game at some point. I know Jesse's got a lot of ideas, and he's been hard at him and the big boy games as a whole have been hard at work, so they probably have already got a bunch of this stuff in mind. Wow, I really didn't pull very high value stuff here, did I? Yeah, this is all presented very large, and so you can only really look at a few things at a time. Okay, it does tell you beforehand, but there's no filtering. It's not like I can filter this down to specific weight or the location it can be found in, the type of water it likes, rank them by their value, rank them by their passive, rank them by how many of them I've caught. I can see there being a bunch of different ways to kind of manipulate that stuff. Oh man, rainbow trout away from being able to cash in there. Big marketing jumps. Maybe I sit on that for a second longer to get the researcher going. Or do I just buy some decorations? You know what? You people, I bet you'd love somewhere to sit. Does that make you happy? Is that what you've always wanted? Does this make this a 5-star Yelp review now? Is that what you want out of your aquariums? Okay, there we go. Let's just go back fishing. Nobody wants to hear my weird rants while I'm running my shop. Everyone sit on the bench. I just got a brand new bench. I need everyone to test it out. I need you to justify this expense that I've made. Please sit and watch the fish. No more wandering around. You must be seated. I have full control. I must be in control. I don't know where I'm going with any of that. Man, come on. I'm getting worse at this one. The pike are huge. If I remember correctly, pike are mean. Pike have like teeth. Like if you Google pike mouth or pike teeth or anything like that, like they can take a bite out of you. Pike are intense. Wait. I think that's funny because I think what's happening there is like with all the upgrades to the bite rate, it's not that I'm more quickly getting go as a result. Like if it's a percent chance, maybe that was just a weird one. No, it is happening a bit there. So I think it's like, if say the percent chance of that interaction being, oh, that one's always so close, of a given trigger of a fish coming to your lure is 15%, 20% that it's a bite, then rather than that upgrade making it be like 30%, 50%, I think what it was actually upgrading is the amount of time that the trigger occurs. So it ends up being like, wait, and it, like, that's kind of a little weird, but it makes sense at the same time. So I can ford the river, that's there, that would naturally be my next step through things. And so I'm just going to buy around some of the, I guess, like readily available stuff here. You know what I don't know if I did? I forgot to feed you guys. Tank capacity. Yeah. I do want that, actually. I'm going to sit on that for just a second longer, because I know I have one more of you. Oh, wait. They're weighted at 3. Oh, man. Oh. So I'm a ways away from being able to afford that. Did the chef show up? He did not. You guys are 11. Slightly better? At some point oh, wait. It went up, didn't it? Did it somehow go up? Is that because the other the upgrades are applying to the fish value and then it adds together? It's not like the fish values get added and then those upgrades apply, like the percentages? Or it might be the fish? No, or the food, I mean? No, that's not how that works. Something there wasn't working as I expected. Anyway, the value went up is the entire thesis statement there, because I was thinking like, oh, I have a high value catfish, I'll go swap it in. No, they're all high value now. So yeah, I don't know why or how that scaled. But I'm waiting on this. Very close. I could have just moved on and done other things, but there it is. Now we got what we're looking for. My trio of pike, high value tank. That's what it's all about. I am going to buy the river. Next thing's the ocean, 1.6. Costs $1,000 to go visit the river. I'm not going to do it just now, though, because I'm going to stretch that out and save that for a separate video, pick things back up. I guess I will feed all of my tanks, because I have that tip jar upgrade that for 30 minutes I'll gain, I'll be gaining off of this. So for 11 of those minutes, nice. For a nice extended period of that, I'm gaining even better bonuses. Then I'll come back sitting on a mountain of cash and we can continue things from there. I got nothing you're looking for, man. Oh, I wonder if he's asking for things that are specific to the river and I haven't been there yet. Potentially upgrading that shifted the chef ahead of me in a way, if that makes sense. Well, my plan is to come back to this a little later on, but there's a free demo for yourself. If this looks like your jam, you can really sink into it. Lots and lots and lots of time just available in the demo for you to be messing around with things. And if you do, please leave a Steam review. It helps out an incredible amount. You can leave a review directly on the demo. Let us know what you liked, disliked. There's like nothing more helpful you can do. It's leave a review on the demo. Wishlist is second below that. The review is probably more helpful at this stage in our development. So thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.